Hey there, YouTube. Welcome to JT Picks, and today I have Spiritual Lemonade with me for a This or That CHH edition.
Yes, sir.
So I think we're just going to start off with you. You go ahead,
Ooh.
do your first This or That.
Okay. So I've done this before on the channel, and I was having a hard time coming up with kind of the same stuff that I was doing the last time I was on. So I tried to think a little bit outside the box on these. So for my first This or That, it's going to
Hmm.
be songs or albums, two albums that are technically not released on all streaming platforms. So
Okay.
that's where I was coming from with this one. So Free Barabbas by Aha Gazelle or For Promotional Use Only by Andy Mineo.
Okay. You might be upset at me because I'm a CHH content creator, but I have not heard Free Barabbas in full.
Really?
No, I've never heard
Oh
it.
man, you've got to listen to it at least
I
once.
I've heard tracks of it, like the 2015 Vegeta version,
Mhm.
or Vegeta, excuse me. I always butcher the pronunciation for that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I've heard the entire thing fully. So I'm gonna go for promotional use.
Okay. That's what I would have picked too.
Okay.
As much as I like Free Barabbas,
Yeah,
For Promotional Use Only was just too good.
it was good. I like. What was your favorite track on for promotional use?
Probably the last song. I really wanted to like that Andre 3000 album or whatever that song was called.
Oh yeah, I think it
Just
was
him
called like
breaking down
yeah.
that, yeah, is crazy. And there was samples I think from the album that Andre 3000 made. You know, the flute album. I think it's like
Um
New Blue Sun or New Blue Moon or
yeah,
something like that.
that was so dumb.
It's
Why did he
crazy.
do that? Why did he do that?
I know.
I totally sympathize with Andy because, like, why? Why would you be such a big name in rap and then return and everybody will digest whatever you make, but you come back with a flute album? Like,
Yeah. Just all the different angles Andy hit is like him writing that song. The songwriting is what made me think like, man, whatever he drops next, whether it's Magic and Bird 2 or his solo project, if there's still another solo project coming out from him, I'm so excited to see what he does.
yeah, yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite, which at first I didn't love, like Red Room Freestyle or whatever, but I like
Yeah.
that one now. I think the flows on it are pretty good, and I like the
Hmm.
kind of like Easter eggs, and I like Forever a lot.
Yeah, Forever is another really good one.
Forever is a banger, and it's just
Hmm.
such a unique concept of taking multiple songs and literally squishing them together and then like turning it into this beautiful worship song.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of a segue, but that one with that guy who did Piney Woods.
Yes.
You reacted
Brother
to that
Blaine.
one.
Blaine Taylor.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
He
I
did
heard
great
that
on
one.
that.
I don't know how to feel about that song. I like it.
About Piney Woods.
Yeah. The one that Blaine did with Andy was good.
Hmm.
Piney Woods, like I love it and I hate it at the same time. I know that
Yeah.
sounds super harsh.
No, no. That's I can see where you're coming from on that. His music is very you have to go back and listen to everything kind of in order. And I'm not sure if he's dropping an album, but every single song is part of a bigger story that I don't know if it's dropped yet or not. But it's literally like telling a story throughout all the songs that he's dropped, and they are very different. I've gotten into a lot of the underground, not even in Christian hip hop and all that, but like underground hyperpop stuff. And he's got a lot of, in my opinion, influences from like Underscores, pretty well known hyperpop artists, and stuff like that, where it's like very experimental. So I think I'm excited to see what he drops this year, because he's got a really unique experimental sound.
Yeah, you can normally tell like the artists who are going to be like on the rise.
Yeah.
I think Saya is going to be one of them this year. I mean,
Hmm.
he already like 2024 was already a big year for him,
Huge year for him. Yeah.
but I think it's only going to get bigger. Which
Hmm.
Saya, if you're watching, you're next. You're going to be on. I know you said you wanted to do one of these, Saya, so
Yeah.
I got to have you on. But yeah, I think the whole Blaine Taylor thing, like I love the alternative and the melodies, specifically in that song Piney Woods, and I think it actually complemented 350's vocals very nicely.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the beginning, like it's so out there,
Yeah.
like how it purposely not trying to be like, I don't even know how to say it. It's just it's so out there
Yeah.
at times, and
That's a
I
good
don't.
way to explain it.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that at all times. Although the end is amazing, I love that ending.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you know he works for Andy Mineo?
no, I didn't.
Like that's his job. He works for minor league. I didn't know that, but when I went to Smoke Fest this year, he came up and wanted to get a picture with me, and then I went to Andy's merch booth and he was working there, and then I realized I think in his bio on Instagram it said at minor league, and then I looked more into it and I was like, that makes sense.
You
He
had to
he
dig for that
yeah,
information.
you got to really look for it. But
No,
he
but
does
I
like
mean,
all the mixing and mastering, I think, for him.
I'm going to now say I'm thinking of these off the top of my
Oh,
head. To be
freestyling.
completely
Okay.
honest. Yeah, I'm freestyling it. Ooh, actually, speaking of freestyles, latest freestyle, his 2024 on Sway,
Mm,
or his OG, which I think that was like 2014, I'm gonna
yeah.
say.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the OG.
Yeah, okay.
Only
That's the right answer.
because
That's
I
the correct.
don't remember it 100%, but I know when I saw the Sway in the Morning one recently, it was just a verse from Church Clothes. It wasn't a freestyle. Which I know that a lot of rappers do
Facts.
that now, but when you're on Sway, I feel like most artists are actually freestyling.
Yep.
A
Facts.
good majority of them.
Facts.
So,
I
or at
remember
least
when I.
just do a throwaway verse that is not going to
Yeah,
be put on an album.
exactly. Literally, it was like almost bar for bar from Misconceptions 4.
Yeah.
It was, look at me, I'm friends with Kendrick. I'm not a lame.
Yeah.
It was bar for bar, that part from Misconceptions 4. Bar for
Yeah.
bar. So, yeah, it's going for his, I think, I'm pretty sure it's 2014 for me too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because that one's good. I
Yeah.
think they actually had him do it on 5 beats. That's why it's not, because
Yeah.
it was
I
Sway's Five Fingers of
yeah, the
Death.
Five Fingers of Death. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's just it was a longer freestyle. It was a Five Fingers of Death, which is a lot more interesting, at least to me. I know Andy Mineo did the Five Fingers as well.
Do you think that we could be seeing another like freestyle like that? I'm about to say something slightly controversial, and
Uh-oh,
maybe,
hot take alert.
maybe a CHH rapper who's been on it can tell me, but the on the radar freestyles.
Mm.
Part of me wonders if they're actually freestyles.
For a lot of them, I don't think they are.
Because
Even
yeah, no,
well,
no,
what are you gonna say?
no, like I mean the most famous on the radar freestyle is Lil Mabu's was it Mathematical Disrespect? I
Yeah.
think it was. And like that one blew up, and I think knowing how Mabu likes to market all of his stuff, I don't think it was a freestyle at all. And I think
Yeah.
On the Radar knows that it some of the stuff is not a freestyle. Now, I don't doubt that there have been freestyles, but I'm
Hmm.
just not sure if there are always freestyles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so what I've heard, I don't even know, I don't remember who I heard this from, but first off, everyone on the radar is invite only. You can't like sign up to go in. So any artist that's been on there before, I think gives recommendations or on the radar just like looks for people. So I'm not sure how the first Christian rapper ended up on there, but from what I've heard, you can either do a freestyle or you can do a just like a verse from a song that's either unreleased or already out, which is I feel like a lot of people do that. Or you can do a freestyle of something you've never put out or released, and it'll just play, and they're just like lip syncing basically.
Okay.
So I would prefer a freestyle because it's called a freestyle.
Yeah,
But
I think
then
that's
it's
always
like
been
if
my
they just go up
biggest.
there and it's crap, then it's
Yeah,
kind of
this
sad
that's
too.
always been my biggest like nitpicks with like tracks that are called like this freestyle. It's like
Yeah,
'cause it's always in the back of my head. Was this actually a freestyle? Because like
yeah,
on there's that Marty Social Club Misfits song. Social Club Misfits doesn't get enough respect. Where he
yeah,
said we used to rap and call them freestyles.
Hmm.
And so like they admitted it, but like I don't know, it's just
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
it, it's an interesting thing because like technically a freestyle doesn't have to be right off the top. It could be just a verse that you already have written and you don't know what the beat's going to be, so you just kind of have to fit it in, freestyle it in.
Yeah.
That's another term for freestyle too, but a lot of
But
the
I
time
don't
it's
think
just pre-recorded.
people don't recognize that. Like when you say freestyle, the other thing coming straight off the top of the dome comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I mean, the king, Juice World of freestyling. He was the
yeah.
king,
Oh,
hands down.
100%.
He could, like they said, he could freestyle for hours.
Yeah.
I remember I used to watch them. He
Well, yeah,
could,
I've seen
he
every
could,
single one.
yeah, he
It's
could go
crazy.
on and make it sound amazing. Like I thought he had already had them written. No, he just like off the top. He's
Yeah.
spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like for a good example would be No Big Deal. He didn't have a song that was out yet with his freestyle, but I think he already had that song recorded and used On the Radar as a promotional thing for the single, and then just released the song called On the Radar Freestyle.
The
It
one.
was
Okay, the one
I
with
don't
Paris.
think that was a freestyle either.
Probably not, cause that hawk to a bar is still good.
Yeah, that's crazy. Plus
uh,
Paris ended up being on the song, so I was like they probably just had Paris as the original artist on the
feature.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now I'll say, because I did the one with freestyle, you again.
Okay, so my next one, I don't think I did this one last time. We may have touched on this artist, but Donda by Kanye West or Jesus
Okay.
is King by
Oh, easy,
Kanye
Donda.
West. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we did do that. I think we.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
couldn't
sure.
remember if we did. I was like, I know we talked about Kanye, but I don't remember if we did this exact question.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm fine retouching on it,
Yeah.
and if it's there, it's there. I mean, the fact of the matter is that just like Jesus is King, while it's in my opinion overhated, because
Yeah.
lots of people just call it like Yandi scraps or whatever. And while I think on some levels that may be true, and while it definitely isn't Kanye's best work, I think that Donda has really, really, really like the best Kanye moments you can find. Some of them come to life,
Yeah.
off the grid.
Off the
Um,
Grid, best song on the album, in
yeah,
my opinion.
for, for me, that's come to life.
Okay.
I
I mean,
know
I can see any song would be valid for
a
favorite
lot of
song.
them. I like
Yeah.
Lord I Need You is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Jonah. Jonah is insanely underrated. The one with the
Yeah.
Rory vocals.
Mm-hmm.
No Child Left Behind. Just so
That's a
many
great one
highlights.
too.
I
Yeah.
mean, often when I'm listening to No Child Left Behind, like I keep singing it even when Kanye stopped singing it, and then
Yeah.
I always say this. I'm like, this is a song I could sing in heaven and keep like for they say like we'll
Yeah.
be singing praise forever or whatever. I'm
Hmm.
like I could actually sing this song forever, and I don't think
Yeah.
I would mind because it is so good.
Yeah.
But
Whole
yeah,
album is so good.
it really is. I
I
mean,
need to get that one on vinyl because I'm
mm,
starting collecting vinyls, and I heard it's a great one to get
so wait, are
on
you
vinyl.
getting all of your CD, everything that you had on CD on vinyl?
I don't have it matched exactly. I don't know if I will or not.
Yeah.
Especially for the Christian stuff, there's not that many vinyls for Christian rap. I mean, I think we're definitely going to see a lot more in the next several years just because it's becoming also more easy to access. Like, there's just businesses now for people pressing records. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try and do that for every CD, get a vinyl.
That I
But
wanted to. I wanted to,
yeah.
but it's too expensive for me.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
already too
They are
deep.
expensive.
I'm too deep in the CDs because I got like 100 plus CDs and like I
Yeah, you
know
might
it's
as
gonna
well
keep
stick with the
growing. I
CD.
pre-ordered the No Big Deal 4 CD pack. I don't know if
I didn't order the pack, but I ordered all the vinyls separate.
yeah,
It was before he had the 4 pack thing.
yeah. Although I haven't received them yet, so I mean I
It'll
don't think
probably take a while.
yeah.
I still haven't. The only vinyls that I have so far from No Big Deal is the People We Became, the original. That actually might be it. I got the CD for the reimagined, but I'm still waiting on all the other vinyls like Unplugged,
Yeah.
the 5 year anniversary of Lowercase Tape.
You want the unplugged CD, I'll give it to you.
What?
I get it. If you want the unplugged CD, I'll give it to you. I don't know
Really?
what it is, but I have something against like live albums. I just
Okay.
have something against them. I don't know.
I mean, if you're not gonna use it, I'll take it. But
Yeah. Oh, but what's the other one? Oh yeah, Indie Tribe 2 needs to refund me because their CD was bad. Their low blow CD that I got, like the CD doesn't work.
oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't work for me, which
Yeah, that was back before I even was collecting vinyls. I do have the CD,
mm,
but I know Big. You know who Big Swiss is?
Big Swiss. No, I'm gonna say no.
He makes some YouTube reactions and stuff and breaks down albums, but he always has the low blow vinyl in his background, and I'm like, man, I missed out on that one because that would be pretty cool to have on vinyl. I feel like.
I missed out on. Well, first of all, I missed out on, and now I'm jealous of you. The What Up RG um Pleasant Hill EP
Pleasant Hill,
on
yeah.
CD is sold out, and I'm kind of angry. Um, because I
He'll
wanted it.
restock it. I feel like he'll
I
restock
hope
it.
they do. I hope they do. But the one that I know I missed out permanently on is Zonti's The Stonebrook Project. They had that
Ah,
as a
yeah,
limited time CD, and they are never selling that thing ever again.
yeah.
Ever. And I remember it was they had it and I was gonna buy it, but I didn't have the money at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll just save a little, then I'll come back. And when I came back, it was sold out.
Gone. Yeah.
Gone.
And I've been to his auntie show. I think it was last year or maybe the year before. I don't remember, but it was fairly recent. It was after he dropped his last project,
Yeah, that project.
that project.
Uh,
And he didn't have anything other than sweatshirts and stuff as merch. So like no CDs or anything.
and unfortunately, on the Zonti front, I don't think that this next single proved anything to me. Did you hear that one,
I
Sinner?
don't. I don't. Oh yeah, I think I did react to that one. I wasn't. I had mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, Zonti.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Hopefully he
Zonti.
makes a comeback, but I don't.
I
It'll
pray
be
you make
interesting.
a comeback. I pray he makes a comeback. I
I
want
mean,
him.
I'm gonna cover the album no matter what. I may not react to it because his stuff immediately is like copyrighted. So I may
Mm,
just do a review, like just me talking, so I don't get copyright.
yeah.
So, but either way, I'll cover it and I'll give my honest thoughts on it and everything.
I'm next for the this or that.
Yep.
Um, once again off the dome. Um,
Freestyle part two.
so here you go. Here's an easy one then. Tripley's The End or Epilogue?
This one's pretty easy for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the end.
Okay. Right answer.
Only because I think there are some good songs. There's definitely songs people are sleeping on the epilogue.
I
I
agree.
have not, other than the first time I listened to that album, I have not gone back to a single song from the epilogue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This comes from the man whose number one is Solar. I don't
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Um
Hey, it might change. Solar might not be my favorite album anymore.
oh, is this
It
ex-
might.
No, okay.
No, I don't know. It's still number one right now. I'm just saying
Okay.
it could change potentially. You know what? I'll say it. Airmos might be better.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live
Yeah.
with that. Yeah. Solar I think I've said this before. I don't hate solar. I don't like it. Um
A
it's
lot of people don't.
it's got too much filler. It doesn't it's not No Big Deal's best. I think
Yeah.
if you want to say like I think his first album, the one with Canopy Trees, could be
Hmm.
considered better. Um
Yeah, I could
I
see
don't think
that.
No Big Deal has that classic yet.
Yeah, I think he's still working on it.
I think yeah, he's gonna get it. John Keith got it first, but he's gonna get it second.
If
That's all.
lowercase tape counted as an album, maybe.
I think
Because
that's
I
my
don't think he
favorite.
counts.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's technically his best work, I think, if I had to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know which album is growing on me? I love NK.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
That's been a classic since it dropped it for
It's
me at least.
definitely grown on me. I still would maybe if I had to change my score because I know I gave it a 6.5, maybe it'd
Hmm.
go up to a 7. Maybe.
Okay.
But I would still be in the same range because there still is that middle chunk of tracks that just like
Hmm.
they're not as strong as the first part and the second part.
Yeah.
Like or the third part, excuse me, because there are three parts to the album. The beginning with like the intro track and Velvet and Baptize. Then there's like the middle four tracks, and then there's the final with Gru and the one with
Not Drive?
Provide,
Provide. Yeah.
and
With
then
Dela Cruz.
yeah, Dela Cruz, who's another name. He's starting to blow up, and
Yeah.
Venice too. Venice
Venice. Yeah.
wasn't on I Love NK, but he's just
Well,
is
there's a deluxe coming this
I
month.
know. Do you know
Yeah.
something that I don't?
Well, do you not know the features?
I know some of them. Jay Monty's on Velvet.
Yeah.
Um,
Venice's on one.
is he?
Yeah. I don't remember what song he's on, but he's on there.
Is it just like added verses, or are there entire new songs?
I feel like it would be new songs personally, but it could just be an extra verse on each song. But there was a good list of features on there. So I would say it's probably new songs.
I hope so because as much as like I can do remixes and features, I prefer new songs over
I
those.
do too.
Because I mean,
It's
like,
hard because with No Big Deal's Voss remix with Not Clyde, I was like, this could have been so amazing. But I think that verse from Not Clyde was from a long time ago. That remix was made around Lowercase Tape when it dropped, and Not Clyde is way better and would have done a totally different verse in my opinion.
well, to me, I
Like
just
he
think that
did good, but it's not Clyde now.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. I personally think it's better because Boss is one of those songs for me that was just kind of like it was a good chorus, but the
Yeah,
verse to me wasn't like too appealing. So the fact that
really
there's a not Clyde feature brought me
spiced it
back
up a
to the
little.
song. Exactly, it spiced it
Yeah,
up for me. Um,
I could see that.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
liked that. Okay, your turn for the this or that.
All right. I feel like I know what you're gonna say for this one, but as we all know, the whole thing with Kendrick calling out Lecrae and D1,
Okay,
whose response? We may have talked about this too. I don't think
I
we
don't
did
think
though.
I don't we have
D1 or Lecrae's response?
craze
Like,
easy
yeah, I knew it was gonna be Lecrae.
easy.
I had to ask, and because we had to talk about it at least once.
Easy. Look, D1, first of all, his response in like it just seemed like not the type of response he'd do.
Yeah,
Like he's always been more, and this is no shade to Lecrae, but he's always been more gospel oriented than Lecrae. And for his response to end up being so like bland, honestly, like Lecrae's response had more substance, and like D1's was like, call it what it is, call it what it ain't.
yeah, it was just a catchy hook.
It was just a catchy hook. That's all. And I felt like he was just saying like, "Oh, I'm going to say what's not great." Period. And but I just felt
Yeah.
like Grace was more substantive.
Yeah, for how thoughtful D1 usually is and how like his music is usually full of substance like that. And then to come out with just I feel like he was trying to rope people in, not necessarily care about the message as much, but since
Yeah.
he got that, he was just trying to get more people to look at him and then listen to his actually good like substance music. So I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
he might have missed the mark on his response a little.
Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna do mine. Ah, I think I have one. Okay.
Let him cook.
These are small, not small. One is super small, and one like he had a moment, but he kind of backed down from it, and I think he's getting back up again, kind of.
Okay.
So, Hylam or Swayze?
You're gonna do this to me. Because I
Yeah,
know Hyla might watch this, Swayze might watch this, and I saw that snippet that Swayze posted like today.
I haven't. I know what I'm.
It sounds like his craziest work yet.
Really? I
Yeah.
gotta hear it after this.
It's like crazy. It
I
sounds
didn't hear
really good. And Hylam is also dropping a lot of good stuff because I've heard some of the stuff that he's going to be dropping. And it's more of the rap side of his stuff than the pop side. It's almost impossible to decide. But I'm going to have to go with Swayze. Only because there's more hype, I think, around him coming back because he was very quiet last year, I would say. He had that EP with Coop, But that was pretty much it, other than like one or two singles. And I feel like not a lot of people talked about those singles. But there's no way that he's going another year without dropping a lot of stuff. I feel like he's going to make more of a comeback than Hylam's going to make. Because Hylam's already kind of a steady artist, I feel like. And this year, it's just gonna, he's really honing in on that rap side of his music.
Yeah.
So if I really had to pick,
Yeah.
I'd go Swayze.
Okay. And I completely agree with that. I think, and this is no like Hylam, I gotta word this very carefully because I can end up offending people and I don't want to. So Hylam had such a good album early in his career. And his career was like, what was the year of that out? Hold on. I gotta look it up. It was the Until Forever one, 2020.
Yeah.
To me, Hylam has not reached another album like that one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And because that one was like, to be honest, it's the only, and aside from which ones from that album do I have? I have in my library Changing, Interlude Forever, Wanna Know, and I actually have Wanna Know starred. I do not do that with a lot of music. That's the one.
Yeah.
I wanna
Like,
know, wanna know. I don't know.
yeah.
I like that one. And then like from his own music, I have Faith, Almost Home, Hyperpop one, Rain, and
Mm-hmm.
Safety, the one that Rap Finds or now sounding
Oh,
Finding Sounds did
yeah.
or featured on
Mm-hmm.
or featured on. He didn't do anything. I think all he did was just drop it. But
Yeah.
Hylam's got the stuff, but he just like to me, he hasn't found that exact thing that would he hasn't tapped into his potential.
Yeah, and I think we will see a change this year. He's definitely like leveled up, even sound quality. I know he's gonna roll out some good promotions too as well for everything he drops. His last album, Refuge, I thought was pretty good. There were definitely songs in there that I have in my playlist. But I also really liked Tidal Wave. I thought that was, as much as it had that very classic at the time kind of Juice World melodic type beat
Yeah.
sound to it.
I know which one you're
I
talking
thought for his age and everything that was pretty good. But Until Forever is definitely a classic from Hylam.
about. He literally just dropped a song
Yeah,
5 days ago. I didn't hear it.
I think he's been dropping all year technically the last
No,
2 weeks.
he has, but I mean like I didn't follow up on that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta hear it then. But yeah, Swayze on the other hand, I think Swayze, whereas Hylam isn't tapped into his potential yet, I think Swayze is.
Yeah. Wait, let me.
He's funny. He's funny,
Yes.
but he's also like my favorite ones from Swayze are obviously Swivel, obviously. But like my underrated one from him that I really love is Mayday.
Yeah, Mayday's good.
'Cause
I
it's-
reacted to that not on Spiritual Lemonade. I think that was on. Well, maybe it was Spiritual Lemonade, but it may have been on my old channel. Like, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was before the Spiritual Lemonade thing then. But-
You want to hear this little snippet from Swayze? Real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear it super well, and I don't know how long the snippet is, but
The beef like cutlery, my plate is full. I want
that's just a snippet from his post, but the one on his story was longer, and he was hitting a really fast flow. I was like, I've never heard Swayze even sound like that before.
I couldn't like hear it too well, but
Yeah.
that does sound definitely like a lyrical track because he said like
Yeah.
I cut the beat
The cutlery.
like something, and then he said about beef, I think,
Yeah.
and like but that has such value because it's like beef, meat, but also beef. 2024 was the year of the Drake beef and Kendrick beef.
Yeah.
I mean that's it. That's definitely yeah.
It should be
So-
interesting to hear Swayze in 2025.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna let you go again with your how many more do you have left?
I have two more.
Okay, two more.
I will say they're not super strong, but I still think they're worth asking.
Okay, then spitfire them.
All right. West Coast John Keith or melodic John Keith? I think I know the answer already, but
You know my answer?
yeah.
Okay, tell me if My answer is correct afterwards, okay?
Okay.
Melodic, hands down.
Okay. So you want my answer in my opinion?
Do what you thought I was going to answer and then do what you.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say melodic,
Okay. Yeah.
but I kind of like the West Coast John.
I felt like you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Him is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's like the most West Coast John's been so far, and I'm sure with West Indies we'll get more West Coast John.
If
Uh,
that ever drops. I mean,
yeah,
it's
if
been
it ever drops,
forever.
but I think it's going to
I
this
think
year.
there's
Probably
no way
first
they go
quarter.
on all those radio shows and talk about it and not
Yeah,
drop it.
first quarter this year, so probably March,
Yeah.
latest March. But I think that like I love the aggression in John's West Coast rapping,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean I've said it multiple times. I love the melodies too much. So
Yeah.
like, Jungkook's vocals and melodies in Hey Girl, MIA. That's
Mm.
it. I had a
Yeah. MIA.
MIA, and just like he had so many melodies throughout Eremos, and that's what made it such a good album. Not just the
Yeah.
melodies, everything working together, but
Mm-hmm.
if an artist can tap into melodies properly, like for me, that's probably such a big thing. I know people are all about lyricality and all this stuff, but for me, if a melody gets ingrained in your head, like that's a W. You don't need
Yeah.
to do lots of heavy lifting lyrically, like cause people, if a song is catchy, like you're listening to it, you're gonna
Yeah.
listen to it because it's catchy, got you hooked. That's all you
Mm-hmm.
want. People at the end of the day, they don't remember the super clever stuff. They just remember whatever was catchy to them.
Yeah.
And most of the times, although sometimes that can be clever lyrics or whatnot, most of the times that's a clever melody. Or
Mm-hmm.
not a clever melody, but a good melody. One
Yeah.
that you end up humming. You can't get it out of your head, so you need to return to the song.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we'll see a lot of more. I don't know what to expect from this new album from John Keith that he announced,
Yeah,
but because for some reason I think I remember hearing that he was done with like rap,
yeah, I heard
and
that
he
too.
wanted to move more towards the melodic stuff,
I heard
but
alternative.
or alternative maybe. Yeah. So I don't know. I would hope for at least a little bit of rap stuff from him, but maybe that's just going to be with West Indies.
Mm. I mean, like I said, I like West Coast. Like, I mean, GNX is proof you can do an amazing West Coast.
Yeah. Hmm.
Amazing. Like, and I'm like, here's the thing. I don't love West Coast. Like, sorry, John Keith, and all my
And
West
Miles Minnick.
and Miles Minnick.
CG or
He's
CJ
mainly,
Amulus.
as you know, he's the main reason I don't love West Coast. It's just because it's a very repetitive sound. It's an easily repetitive sound, one that you hear it once and then you can go, But
Yeah.
Kendrick did such a like he made that West Coast sound, and he made it very. It didn't get old. It didn't get
Hmm.
boring, and
Yeah.
it was fresh every track. I mean, not every track. The title track GNX was kind of bad in my opinion, but
What?
yeah, the
I'm
title
kidding.
track. It with all the beat that
Whacked out murals?
no, 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 the title track GNX.
I was gonna say
No,
whacked out
not the
murals
first
is
track. Whacked
crazy.
Out Murals is not the best
No,
Sting
okay,
album, but
that's
it's
I
definitely
understand that more. GNX,
okay. Yeah,
the song. Okay,
yeah. Whacked Out Murals. No, 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 no. That's a good song.
yeah.
Um. Okay, hit me with your second one. What's your last
All
one?
right, my last one, which I also feel like I could know the answer, but I also don't know if you even listen to this artist that much. Rap Henrik or folk Henrik?
Rap Henrik. Easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I'm
I'm
not a folk
100%
person.
the other way.
I'm not a folk person. I don't know.
Really?
No.
I've
I
gotten really into folk music recently.
I mean, maybe I will end up being converted to a folk person because like my musical taste expands constantly. It's like
Hmm.
my musical taste is an organism almost. It's always changing.
Yeah.
Like I used to not really like alternative music, and then in 2024 I got on a huge alternative kick, and
Hmm.
I started loving it. And even like I've always been eclectic though. So like with folk music, I just don't love folk music, and like in my library I have like four, five, six, seven, eight folk songs I go to,
Hmm.
like Noah Kahan's
Yeah.
the one with Post Malone, I ain't proud of all the punches that I've thrown in the name
Mm.
of someone
Was that
I
on the
know.
new album
Wait,
from No Con? Because I don't know if I've heard that. I've only heard one album, which was Sixth Season from No
Dial
Con.
Drunk. That's the name of it.
Oh, okay.
That one, and then like from Josiah Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I not the whole album because folk gets really annoying to me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I only added a few songs. One was Strings and Heart. I don't know if you know who Strings and Heart is. They're a pop group.
I'm not
They're
sure if I do. I don't think I know them.
they're a very eclectic. I would tell you recommend them to you.
Okay.
I know you like Justin Bieber too, and like
I like a lot of stuff.
yeah, you like a lot of stuff. And from their
Yeah.
album, they did from their original album. I forgot what I think it was called Secret Place. It had
Okay.
Justin Bieber sounds, very relaxing sounds, the most relaxing song that has ever reached my ears.
Yeah.
Called Rosa de Amor. Spanish song,
Okay.
beautiful. They had
I'm
one
gonna
out
need a link to this.
R&B. They I don't think they've done hip hop, but they
Okay.
do CCM and they were on Josiah Queen's album with a song called Love You to Death.
Really?
Yeah, and so
Hmm.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Um, but as I was going to, get to Josiah Queen, I can take folk Henrik for some reason. Like I'm too in love with punk Henrik. I haven't moved on.
Punk Henrik.
Yeah, when he did the punk album.
Really?
Do you not remember
I
this?
mean, no. I mean, I do remember you saying that, but like,
8 out of 10 album. I'm still
man,
angry that Henrik deleted it. I will forever be angry. That song Talk to Jesus is so good. So good. You know what? I'm going to make a music video for it. That's it. I'm
yeah,
going to lip sync to it and just make a $2 budget music video and put it up on my YouTube in the backyard.
and send it to him.
Yeah, and then be like, okay, you don't want it? That's fine. I'll take it. Well, thank you, Spiritual Lemonade, for showing up and, doing this or that with me. I always love having you on the channel.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, yeah. And remember, there's only two things I know. I know that Jesus is king and that JT, moi, knows best. See you guys next time.
Peace.